Hey everybody, Radaman here. Thanks for tuning in to Starsector. So when I last left off, I was heading to the Tempest Nebula, but I'm actually going to head home real quick. And I'll explain why. So, the remnant fighters and bombers that I threw into the Astro Wings, I think a lot of you already know where this is going, well, they don't have pilots. So the recovery shuttles that I equipped the Astrals with don't do really anything. This is one of the advantages, of course, of the, oh, here we are, of the remnant fighters. They don't cause crew loss, plus they're really strong, but they don't cause crew loss is a very good one as well. But that means that I, of course, have a bunch of accidentally misdesigned, or rather misdesigned remnant, and Legion for that matter. So let's go ahead and Expanded Deck Crew is not about the crew itself. It's about replenishing fighters. So that's still fine, but the recovery shuttles definitely needs to go. So let's get rid of recovery shuttles on both the Legion and the Astral, Talon and Robinator. And in lieu, maybe try to find something else that would be decent. So taking a look at Talon here, with the Talon has 4, well, 2 fighters, 2 bombers. I could do an efficiency overhaul. That's sort of a non-combat, though. I'm trying to think of what would be best. I mean, stabilized shields would be pretty good in order to keep the flux low. Accelerated shields would be also pretty fantastic too. I think I'm going to do stabilized. That's just what I will do. I will put it on both. We don't want our carriers being blown up or anything. So we have some heavy fighters and interceptor drones. You know what? I'm actually going to put another heavy fighter in. Yeah. So, okay. Yep, I like that. I like that layout. Alright. Now, let's head over to Bezel. I'm going to make sure that I keep my transponder on. So, this is, Call Me Root was the one that mentioned the recovery vessels, actually, the Robinator. And I got that wrong, obviously. Then, for the IFF signals, that was a suggestion by Matt, and I'll explain that in just a second, so I don't have to... Ooh, one of those was not like the other. Let's keep that. So that, yeah, let me explain that. So, all of the nearby fleets, the ones that are coming to trade with me, like this mercenary patrol, etc., if I have my transponder off, a lot of these mercantile fleets are going to avoid me, because without my transponder on, they don't really know if I'm friend or foe, which is a bit of an issue. So I'm going to have to remember, Matt mentioned this, I'm going to have to remember to turn my transponder on so I actually don't scare away potential people that are going to want to, or not people, but fleets that don't want to trade with me. So that's a very good point. Alright, so now we're headed back where I had originally slated to go. I'm going to get hit by Storm, Agrolactica, the Onslaught, got a little hit by that. Now that I'm far away from my home, I can turn off my transponder. I did see that we have a Hegemony expedition coming. They're a strong expeditionary force, but they are outmatched both in the air and on the ground. And I'm just going to let my defense forces blow them up. I will take the hit. Do an emergency burn, trying to get through here without too much storm damage. And we're out here. I probably have way too big of a fleet to bother doing this, but we're out here just exploration, expansion, survey, and the like. Wow, sensors did not pick up anything. I would throw on neutrinos, but I have no reason to believe there's even anything here. Oh, no. I stand corrected. Domain era probe with server data for Anvil. I don't know what that is, but I can check that out. So if I go to Intel, new Anvil is... Wait, what? Oh, Anvil is a, yeah, is a neighboring planet of sorts. Oh, I did pick through the debris there, but whatever. Alright, let's be on our way. There's clearly really nothing here. I would like to expand my colonies because I definitely have additional room for colonies. So, Aresh. There's an ice giant here. So one of these worlds, the Anvil world, I fully have surveyed now because I grabbed the survey data from that probe. Is there something I can do for my colonies? Perdition. You are currently upgrading. Wow, your growth is just about to click in. That's pretty cool. There's another world in Rama that I could colonize. I could get doing that. Alright, let's jump out of here. I don't hold a lot of hope that there's going to be fun secrets there either. Tempest Nebula, you suck so far. Oh, and this is a neutron star? That's going to be annoying. So Perdition just grew to 6. Growth incentives, let's refresh those because I've got the money. For Bezel as well. And for Labueta. Alright, I don't like Tempest systems. God knows I'm never going to colonize here because Tempests are annoying. Or, neutron stars are annoying. Blasting out all that junk into space. Alright. Sensor's not picking up anything else. So I'm out of here too. Well, let's go to east. Oh, there's a bunch of storms. I probably won't settle on the other side of a bunch of storms. There doesn't. Okay, so there's some planets here. We'll see what they've got. Rocky Metallics. It's a little bit more hopeful than the Barrens. No, not into it. Oh well. Just solar flared myself. Planet sitting in a solar flare. That doesn't seem like a good spot for a planet. Wow, these worlds are just empty. Sensor sweeping and everything, not really finding anything. Alright. Well, we'll just keep hopping to the neighbors. I'm keeping a close eye on my fuel, making sure that I'm not going to run low. Because out here, if I ran out of fuel and tried to throw an SOS, really no one's going to come. Okay, so that's a potentially good world right there, a desert world. And an arid world here. Potentially colonizable. That is a big desert world. It's also dangerously close to its star. I'm going to survey it, even though it doesn't have ruins. Out of curiosity, and... let's go ahead to the arid one as well. No ruins? Really? And it's arid? Poor farmland. Alright, well... fine. Jumping out. Alright, we'll aim for the rest of Ison, or whatever it's called. See if we can't survey the rest of it and then head home. Maybe pick a fight with the Ludic Church or Path. There's a big star. Oh, and it's hiding something. I have to get solar flare to get it. Alright, automated defenses. Yeah, that's a joke. Just me and the Astral this time. So what's interesting here, because we're fighting, this doesn't happen often, but because we're fighting inside of the solar flare, I've got reduced peak time. Basically, all the ships in this combat are taking extra damage. That's basically what combat readiness is. Combat readiness is just sort of like generalized damage, not specific to a system or hulls or anything. So wrapping this fight up quick is best. And the automated defenses are always a joke. I brought the Astral in case their small ships tried to, like, flee or whatever. But no, that didn't seem to be the case. They just died quickly. Okay, 1 Gamma Core. Out of that, that's not terrible. And a survey ship location. Oh, another Gamma Core. There's a Picadrone there, but I don't really care to... My supplies are already very depleted. Oh, here's another probe. I'm going to go solo here because I have such low supplies. I'm going to need to go back to Rama and resupply. Angry Disco Ball goes forth. There's really, truly no hope of this fleet ever winning this fight. Like, I'd have to make some critical errors. I'm a little high on flux, but I can just hit F and Fortress Shield, drop my flux. Line up the next shot. Alright, done. Got a little supplies out of that, which is kind of nice. Let's check intel. So the newest intel is the survey ship location, which is somewhere in Zeta's Ison. I must have missed it. I didn't see it. All right, let's get home pronto. I'm not going to bother surveying the rest of these things. I just don't have the supplies. I kind of let my supplies run low. And we'll head home. So running out of supplies, in my opinion, is not as bad as running out of fuel. Because running out of supplies, your ships take a little bit of damage. Running out of fuel, you're just stranded. Although if you have a very damaged fleet and you run out of supplies, that's a different matter, because then all your ships are going to malfunction and you're going to die in a different way. So the battle station at Perdition just got done. I've got about 2 mil now, and not a whole lot to spend it on. One of the ideas I had was, now that I've already pissed off the Luddic Path, I might as well start tech mining. But that's going to require open industry slots in my home systems. So that means Bezel, Industries 3 of 3, and Libueta Industries 3 of 3 cannot support tech mining yet. And then, of course, there is no ruins at a gas giant. So tech mining is kind of moot here. Now, if I wanted to add something, as you can see, yeah, it's grayed out or blacked out or whatever. If I wanted to add something to... Oh, you know what I could do? I could add commerce to perdition and then remove commerce from bezel, freeing up some additional industries. Because perdition really doesn't have... it doesn't have anything that I'd particularly want to build on it, but bezel does. And I definitely have the money to swap those industries around. Alright, so I'm getting home with basically 0 supplies. I just turned on my transponder. Oh, here's the Ludic Church. They're wanting to... I don't know what they want to do. Who cares? Okay, manage the colony. That's probably more supplies than I need. Let's get 2,000 of it. And top our fuel off. Put these gamma cores away. And the spark fleet. Repair my ships because they did take a little bit of damage. One more thing I wanted to do was one of these tachyons. Okay, there we are. Gaze into the Void had all 4 firing at the same time rather than the alternating, which is what I set it up as. How is this different? Oh, it's really not. Okay. Good. Off on our way. I'm sure... Actually, that's a pretty big fleet. Maybe I go fight that. Star Fortress at Bezel is done. Bezel. I'm going to drop on Bezel and open market this stuff. And then I'm going to destroy the open market. Alright, colony info. Let's remove this AI core. And then shut down that. And then instead, we'll add tech mining. So the ruins here are just scattered. It's not going to be amazing to tech mine Bezel, but, you know, we might as well. And let's go fight this horde of legions. I'm all about that. So I am only allowed to deploy myself and Glitch. But we'll try to get up some development points to be able to increase our fleet. As you can see, the yellow-colored ships are our own Belter Defense Force, and they're comprised of, you know, high-tech ships. Now, I did get a comment asking me about high-tech ships versus low-tech ships. There's nothing inherently wrong with low-tech ships. They tend to be more ballistics and more missile-based, whereas high-tech ships are more laser-based. It's just preference. One is not better than the other. Not really. You could make an argument that some of the ballistic weapons and some of the energy weapons are favorable, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's sort of okay, safe to say that like Paragons are a pretty OP ship, but that's not to say that Onslaughts or Conquests or any of the other non-high-tech ships are bad. It's just Paragons are very tanky and hard to kill. But with that said, I do have an Onslaught and a Legion in my fleet, and for good reason. There are great ships that can do things that a Paragon cannot. Low-tech ships tend to have things like burn drives, which allow them temporary, very fast movement. So it would actually not be unwise for me to use low-tech ships when I need to save my own allies, my own fleets from danger, because they're very capable of reacting quickly. So, like, if I see a Paragon halfway across the map about to get destroyed, or not about to get destroyed, but, like, time to be destroyed is short, a Paragon's not going to get there in time, whereas a Legion or a Onslaught might. With that said, I did just blow up like 4 legions with my Paragon. The inverse, I don't think, could be said to be true. Oh, and there's that burn drive I was just talking about. Unfortunately for that burn driver, it just got torpedoed hard. And that legion just basically killed itself. Oh, speaking of which, I did not see that it had some fighters out, and I got torpedoed. What goes around comes around, I suppose. Okay, now we have some Dominators. Despite the fact that we blew up like 4 legions, or 5 legions now, we barely have any additional deployment points. But it looks like Glitch is having a fun time over there. Going toe-to-toe with, like, all the Ventures. That might not be safe, truth be told, but... Now, let me vent. No, don't torpedo me! Ow, ow, ow! Stupid little fighters. I think what's going on with my, deployment points is my own defense forces. My Belter fleet that was helping to defend is using a lot of those deployment points to deploy new ships, and that's why I'm not being credited those deployment points. Oh, there's another burn driver. Alright, I'm gonna back up, fortress up, let my flux drop a little bit. I'm actually even going to drop my shields because I'm far enough away. One of the advantages of lasers over kinetics, over ballistics, is lasers are pretty much instantaneous, which means if you drop your shields around a laser ship, they could be shooting you pretty much before your lasers get back up. Whereas with ballistics, that's not the case. I can see the shots coming in and I can raise my shields before they hit. I can't say that's the sole reason why I like lasers over ballistics, because lasers also do pretty poor anti-shield damage, whereas a ballistic ship can cut through shields a lot faster. Generally, like, pound for pound. But oh my god, this fight just goes on forever. How many ships do you... Oh, well, they're defeated now. I'm given the ability to retreat, but I'm not going to. I'd like to blow up these guys. Send the church a message that I will not be bullied, even if they send, like, 6 legions to me. Stupid debris. Alright, that's probably enough. Claiming victory. I'm going to send my second in command to pursue. Ship recovery. So they have a legion that I can recover. It is not a 14th legion, so I'm just gonna skip that. Absolutely blew apart that that fleet there, as if it wasn't even there. Now the only problem I'm gonna have for the moment is the fact that I don't really have any commerce to sell to, so everything I'm getting right now I just I can't deal with. I'm going to drop off some spare fuel, the spare gamma core. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take 25 of these bad boys and bring them to Tritachyon to curry some favor. Because, I mean, why not? As far as fleets go, let's go ahead and take Belt Fin here. Belt Fin. I'm gonna make sure that I have enough. I don't have enough crew. I'm gonna cap my crew out. There we are. Let's retake that fuel. Take those supplies. Okay, so if I go to the refit screen, this should be pretty quick. Actually, let's go to fleet first. Move this next to the other Astral. You, Belt Fin, are going to be named... Oh, hold on. I got to pause the thing a little bit. Sorry about that. Europa's Consort. Before I do anything else, let's go just auto-fit this. So, auto-fit, confirm. We're just designing both these ships to be as near identical as we can. We are missing some of the remnants because they weren't stationed here. And, of course, this guy does not have a pilot either. So we're going to have to be on the lookout for an aggressive wing commander. But before I go anywhere else, A, yeah, let's repair that up. And B, let's go... I thought I had... Nah, maybe they're at bezel. Honestly, I should store all of my spare fighters and all that over there. No? Maybe I just don't have any more. Okay, refit. So we got a flash bomber, interceptor. I guess this guy is going to be like a super interceptor. Okay, that will have to do. We also don't have the Hurricane MIRVs either. I don't believe I can make those, but maybe I can. Let me see. Energy type would be missile type. Harpoons. No, I don't. Oh, well, let's sort by size. That might be a little bit easier. I can make squalls. So let me make 2 squalls. That's the biggest missile mount I can make. Check the mercenary officers. So you are aggressive. Oh, you know, I could hire you, but let me check the other guy. Steady. All right, let's hire the aggressive Minerva. And we are going to toss her into the Europa's Consort. All right. Good, good. I'm liking this already. Some of our stuff is being harassed by pirates. What about our colony threats? Let's see if we can't pay someone off to tell us where the... Yep, here we go. Where the base is. It's at Tragedy. That's really, really, really far away. So I did say that I wanted to go down and hand over some of these AI cores to Tritachyon. So I'm going to go to Scathy and go do that. Oh, and now we have pirate activity. Lovely. Ouch. I suppose I should probably get the other desert world that is at my home system colonized by now. I've got the money, I've got the crew and the supplies and all that. Oh! The Hegemony, AI. Okay, so I don't want the defenders to comply. Change my orders. I'm going to tell my local forces to resist the inspection instead. The Hegemony and the Church I'm picking a fight with. I've got a pretty big fleet. I feel pretty good. That's just how it's going to be. The Hegemony are, in my opinion at least, kind of the bullies of the world, so... Well, so is the Church, I don't know. One's like militaristic bullies, and one's like cultist bullies. Station Commander. That's a big old bounty. Rep goes up. We are now friendlier. I don't think there's really anything else I wanted to do. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm always on the lookout for a Aurora class ship, of which they have not even anything that looks like that. Alright, so let's go down to Tragedy. Because Tragedy is where a lot of the Pather terror cells are originating from, and then we'll have to deal with the pirate one too. So my monthly income was sucked up by the stockpiles that was withdrawn. Ouch. My main ship just got hit by that storm. That's not cool. But repairs are complete. But my combat readiness is not. Ooh, look at the storms here. Probably gonna get hit again. Yep, one of the tugs got hit. Alright, Tragedy. We have come to blow up your station. Oh, you're actually fighting? No. Why? Really? Okay. I mean, whatever. You do you, man. So one thing that's gonna be really important is to field the new ship. Oh, what? I'm in a Corona. That sucks. Because she needs to level up considerably. Everybody else is 20 and she's level 3. She also doesn't have any of the wing abilities yet either. I should care about stuff like the sensor jammers and whatnot, but honestly, I'm going to blow up this fleet so quick. They were pretty puny in size. Where are they? They sure have not pushed up. Okay, so those are their just point captors. I'm gonna focus on the brunt of the fleet. Little drone tenders. Bye-bye. Yeah, here we go. Oh, another thing that I should mention is people were asking me, why did I not make an Atlas? Why did I make a bunch of Colossi? In terms of holding cargo. So the Atlases are more cargo efficient, but the Colossus or Colossi are more fuel efficient. And I care more about fuel efficiency than cargo efficiency. Which is why I went for like 4 Colossus over, you know, 1 or 2 1 or 2 Atlas. well, my combat readiness is dropping more quickly than I want, sitting in this stupid Corona, so let's finish up this fight. I guess they're still throwing lots of ships at us. No. Alright, they're defeated. I'm just going to blow up this one Condor and then call it good. Or not. It's hiding behind the debris. There we go. Claim victory. I'm going to let them go. Alright, so Minerva, Walton, just leveled up. As expected. Give you Combat Endurance, Strike Commander, Carry Commander, Wing Commander. Okay, so she has all the skills that I want to level up. We just need to level her up now. I'm just sort of... Okay, so the Hegemony just got to my home base. What's going on over here? Here's their base. Again, let's make sure to level up the new one. I'm going to way overstaff this fight. Just like I said last episode, I don't really care about the supplies. As long as I have supplies, we're fine. I'd rather just stomp the enemies, because it's amusing. Man, we have clouds of these remnant fighters now. Brilliant. Well, this is a pretty reasonably sized Luddic path base. Definitely going to get destroyed pretty quick, but... trying to get this one pillar. Break it before it rotates. Ah, I got it. Nope, I just overloaded myself. Luckily, not any part of their space station is really facing me at the moment. Look at those bombers. No hope. Their last side is about to get destroyed just by bombers alone. I don't know why I'm trying to fly around this way, the long way. Come on. I'm hitting, like, the edge of their station here. Alright, it's gone. Well, that is done for a year. Fine. They want to fight, they get to fight. Crazy little zealots throwing their lives away. They've got no chance. After this fight, it would not surprise me if Minerva was closing in on 20 already. Given the massive, massive fleets I fight, It does not take a lot of battles to level them up from 0 to 20. Come on, where's your stupid ships? It's funny seeing a Ludic Church Sunder, because Sunders are high-tech ships. Typical Colossus Prometheus spam, I guess. Your fleets are bad, and you should feel bad. My flux got a little high, so I'm just fortressing. These little harassing ships do push the flux. Look at all the Colossus. You guys have junk ships. Your ships are trash. I could even drop my shields around you guys and you're not even gonna hurt me. Alright, you're gonna hide behind debris, I'm gonna vent. Oh, we've won. Okay, now I feel like I can exit. I'm gonna sit around and just pick through the litter here. All right. So that threat to the colony is gone. If I look at colony threats, I've got 264 days until another Pathracell. We do have pirates messing with us back home. Do I have the fuel to go straight home? Yeah, I do. I have fuel in spades. And supply in spades, too. Oh, a pirate raid. I probably don't even need a, yeah, somewhat weak Persian League expedition. I'm definitely getting the attention of enemy factions. They're threatened. I wonder why the Persian Leagues are coming to me. They're targeting Livueta, so I get... Oh, it's because of my exports of food. Livueta's... If I read through this here, I glanced over it. The primary reason for the expedition is the colony's market share in the exports of food. So Persian League apparently has some good farming worlds, and the fact that I hold considerable amount of the market share for food is pissing them off. Cute. Well, tech mining's 3 days away. Let's get home and drop an AI core on that. Tech mining is done at Bezel. So, what tech mining does is it searches the ruins and periodically generates tech, like blueprints and the like. The bigger when you first set up tech mining, you get the biggest bonuses. And then the larger the ruins, the better the stuff you get. I don't usually go to distress calls, but let's do it this one time. There's someone in Delta Dana. Oh, it's a real distress call. Alright. Well, I just handed them fuel. I honestly spent more fuel like entering the system and leaving. But here they are. This is who I saved. Was it? Yeah, just a friendly independent prospector. I still feel pretty good about that. I usually ignore those things because most of the time they're just traps. Alright, I forgot that my commerce is not done yet. So, bezel. I have to go to LazyLib first, pick up an AI core. So this is what's in storage. The squalls I will toss on to that new Astral in just a second. Gonna grab one of the cores. Pirate base location discovered. And a tech mining. Let's give you a core. Nice. Perdition, what is the ETA for commerce? It is 26 days. Refitting Astral. We wanted to give it different pods here, so let me reduce the vents. We're going to get... Oh, we have a Hurricane in storage. And then we were going to do a Squall, but we actually don't have the points for that. So let's get rid of Stabilized Shields, add the Squall. And we'll just have these two be a little different. So the Hurricanes are 20... What? Oh, you know what? These have Graviton beams everywhere. That's what's going on. Alright. Let's fix this. Stabilized shields, we're going to toss that back. The ship itself, the ship weapons itself don't need to be all that high-tech. So what we need, tac lasers. And I didn't have the tac lasers. Alright, so this is kind of an incomplete ship. I won't deny that. Let's make some weapons for it then. Custom production. We want energy. I'm just going to make more tac lasers than I need because we'll use them a lot. Some PD lasers. Some LRPDs. That will do. Top up our fuel. We have okay supplies, so I don't need to worry about that. All these sparks I need to put away. The rest of the stuff can be sold. So let's put these sparks away at LazyLib, because that's where we refit. And I'm not using those squalls, so we can sell them. At this point, I am going to get 1,000 more people. And I'm going to head over to Yig Yig was a world that was actually pretty good. It almost was worth colonizing ahead of everything else. Let's see. Establish a colony. So Yig has widespread ruins, which is going to be really nice. We're just going to call it Yig. That's fine. I'm going to assign an AI core here in just a second. Let's give this maximum growth incentives. And... let's see, colony info. Let's pull a gamma core or a beta core off of the Lovueta and put it into Yig. All right, managing the colony. So we're going to assign an AI core to reduce demand for population and infrastructure. Once the spaceport's built, it will be pretty good. The first thing I want to do here is let's just go straight to tech mining. Who cares what the Luddic path thinks? All right, there's also a colony threat of a pirate base in Gamma Hufra, so that's a pretty quick little jump away. Let's get to that. Oh, here's the inspection fleet. 1 Legion. Yeah, that's doomed. I don't need to even play a role in that. All right, so here's a bunch of pirate raiders because they're protecting Gamma Hufra. Where be your base? Ooh. I am very hostile with the Hegemony now, because I told them basically their AI inspection was going to get attacked. I like how, well, alright, what did it say? This... I discovered the exact locations of the base. Well, I know what system it is, but this is a pretty big system. So, tech mining is, the spaceport's done at Yig. I'm going to go over to Yig here. Oh, Yig probably needs a real administrator. I'm not a very good one. Let's go Megaport. And also, let's freeport it up to. That will increase the growth potential. Oh, it's right here, maybe? I see something. Yep, here it is. Military options, engage. You know, I haven't leveled up, what's her name? I've been meaning to. So after this fight, I'll definitely have to be sure I do that. Look at all their weak fighter spam. So I'm mostly fighting this fight because the stability damage for a fresh colony like Yig suffers greatly if I don't clear out. And accessibility. Alright, so I won't forget. Oh, I learned one too many skills. Oh well. So she won't max out all of them. Hellmanship 2 is going to be worth it. And Combat Endurance 1, so that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Actually, it might even be better. Alright, back up to Rama. I think commerce will be done, and I get to offload all of the junk that I've been collecting. Commerce is done. At Perdition. One thing I didn't check, Yig, what is your hazard? Oh, only 150 hazard rating. That is really low. That's going to make it very easy to make money. All right, let's get to Perdition first. At level Whiteout, I'm going to go grab some of the AI cores. And we have the weapons that we wanted to perhaps outfit the Astral with. So I'm going to refit this. All right. So now they're not identical. They have different fighters, but they're pretty close. Close enough that I don't really need to sweat the rest. Alright, Yig, you are going to get some AI cores. Make sure you're taking advantage of all your growth incentives. This Yig will grow quick. Oh, another thing. The governor. Yes, before I forget, I'm going to have to pull a alpha core off of somewhere and put it as governor. So, Orbital Works. Sorry, farming is going to go bye-bye. It's going to get an old gamma core. I can start hunting alpha cores. I could actually go north to the remnants and see if I can't hunt some more. But there we go. Now you actually have a proper administrator that knows what it knows what it's doing. Let's go to Dis and see about... I don't have a lot of time left, but see about killing some more remnants. Oops. Wrong button, fat-fingered. I was supposed to say 5. Sure. There's a distress call. Ooh, an administrator enters my service. Probably no thank you. What do I want to do? Colonies. He's skilled, but I ain't paying for that. So who distress called here? This was an remnant infested world too. I even had thought about colonizing this one because Dozovitz is not a terrible system, if I recall. Yeah, extensive ruins. It's not a wonderful, but it's fine. Did these remnants distress call me? Like, no one's here. Alright, I'm leaving. Bye. You lied to me. So now I'm sort of in a full war with the Hegemony. Not that you'd know it. I actually haven't really fought the Hegemony much. But I might take the fight to them and destabilize their systems. I'm curious if there's still remnants at Dis. I did blow up their Nexus. The Nexus generates fleets, so it's actually a pretty good way of farming AI cores. But now that I blew up that Nexus, I even have my transponder on. Yeah, I would venture a guess to say no. That they're not here anymore. Now, when I was up here, I never actually did go north. I stopped at Dis to fight them and didn't survey up here. Ooh, and these are pretty nice worlds. Arid and desert. New Pender. Ultra-rich ore, so that would be a good mining world. What about over here? Poor farmland. So, not first choice for expansion, but is okay. Gonna head in the asteroid belt, see if there's any goodies. No, nothing showed up on scan. Well, guys, I am just about out of time, so I'm just going to wrap up this episode. All the people that supplied feedback for me, including about the IFF from Matt, or Call Me Root, and many others about recovery shuttles, thank you so very much. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me like that, and I appreciate them, I will, mention you live in the episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all next time. Adios.